Welcome to your weekly reading for the next 7 days, whenever it hits your feed or whenever you come to it, as my readings are timeless. My name is Angela, and yeah, this is a reading for the collective. Now, it was interesting. I recorded your reading for the week and these cards on camera, and these were the cards I shuffled and spirit dealt for the collective. But unfortunately, the camera didn't record. Something went wrong with the recording. So I'm loath to start again and do a pull different message. So I'm sticking with this message. So what we received for this week is the Five of Wands, which is a card of competition. It's a card of stiff competition. So you are going to be encountering stiff competition in whatever field you're in this week, whether you're competing in some sort of sporting event or some sort of competition of skill. Just know that you will need to put your best foot forward, and you will need to prepare thoroughly, as your competition will be stiff. And this includes doing all your preparation and pre-training and all the training you required beforehand, as your competition will be stiff. This is not something where you can just enter on the spur of the moment and hope for the best, unless of course you enjoy participation. If participation is your goal, then that's fine, but otherwise, if you're counting on something, if it's really important, know that there's going to be really stiff competition. So you need to bring your A game, and you need to make sure you're preparing beforehand. Now, of course, Five of Wands can also stand for conflict. So there was another message for those of you who aren't involved in sort of competitive games or sports or business. There's going to be some conflict this week, and just remember your conflict resolution skills. I feel like this is the best way forward this week. Just remember, sometimes avoiding the conflict or saying yes, avoiding disagreements for the sake of disagreements. I know that there are a lot of people who like to argue, who like to disagree with something people say, or especially if I think about my mother. She is a prime example of someone who will disagree with me whatever I say, even if I say the exact opposite thing in 2 minutes' time. So yeah, remember those conflict resolution skills. Sometimes not engaging in the conflict is the best way forward. And also just remember that you can nod your head and say yes and agree, and then go off and do your own thing later. For example, my Nana, who passed a couple of months ago, she reached the grand old age of 94. She really loved homeopathic remedies and natural medicine, and all the medicines that have been around for thousands of years. She preferred those to, shall we say, modern medicine and drugs and things like that. And it was successful. She was healthy, independent, and fully mobile until the last month of her life. Last few weeks, in fact. And so she would avoid conflict. There was a lot of conflict around that. She would go to, there's a lot of doctors and hospitals involved, and lots of people involved in the health of people in their 90s, because they usually end up getting a lot of help and assistance from others. If you think, I'm talking about like assistance from their children or stepchildren or people who help them. But also they seem to be seeking out the medical professionals more regularly, just because they've reached that stage of life. And yeah, because she was really anti drugs and the modern medical profession, she was a huge supporter of homeopathic treatments. Um, she would just when she'd go along to the doctor or go to the hospital and they say, yes, you need to follow this course of health and you need to take these drugs, she would just nod her head and say yes, and agree, to avoid the conflict, to avoid getting into a really big discussion. She would just say yes, yes, let me go home and I will do all that. And then when she got home, she would just do whatever she felt was right and follow her own truth to her own path of health. And yeah. It's funny, the previous recording went so smoothly, and now I'm back to my ums and ahs and everything. So perhaps that is my signature. And then we got this message of letting go. So yeah, so if I making sure that I've finished that off, that Five of Wands, just remember your conflict resolution, and sometimes just nodding and agreeing and then going off and doing what you believe is right is the best course of action. Because there are some people in this world who just like to disagree with you, just to keep the conversation going. So then we pulled this beautiful let go message, and there's a world featuring in that, the globe. There's a butterfly and there's a hand. So it's a very interesting message. It's telling you to let go. I would say it relates to this conflict that might be happening. Let go of any disagreements. They're not worth arguing about. They're not worth wasting your time. But there's also a letting go of whatever has been keeping you from moving forward with the butterfly there. Butterflies represent transformation. So perhaps your new path forward this year is to let go of old baggage, old stuff that's been holding you back, and move forward. Because she's almost got the world in her hands there. So it's telling you that if you let go, the world is your oyster. You will have the world in your hands. So yeah. Okay, so because we had that little technical difficulty, and I've had to re-record this, I've decided there must be some further messages. So I am shuffling the Kipper cards. So Spirit, please give us a Kipper card for this coming week, for the collective. What is there to know? And we've pulled the Great Fortune card. Now, the Courthouse card also flipped up. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to put it in the reading, but just remember there's the number 23 there, and Courthouse. So lawyers, legal profession, judges, court, legal documents, that may be important this week. But yeah, this message that came through was this Great Fortune card. So you all have great fortune. You will be fortunate this week. So you have a chance of actually winning whatever it is, this Five of Wands. So maybe it's Spirit saying, let go of conflict, but also bring your best foot forward, and make sure you're doing that preparation, because you will win. And there is great fortune. I mean, with this card, this Great Fortune card is a card of wealth. So that could be wealth that you already own. You could be wealthy. You could already be someone of substantial means already, but I would say that there's wealth is coming to you this week. And a large sums of money. So in this Kipper deck, there is unexpected income card, but this great fortune, this could be a sign that you're winning in a game of chance. But it also could mean that you win. If you take Spirit's advice to prepare properly for your competition, you will be the winner. And there is a lot to gain here, a lot to gain. There is fortune coming your way, and it's overflowing. Look at it all. So much gold there for you. So your lucky numbers this week are 5, 26, and 8. Thank you for watching. I wish you all a great week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you comment down below and tell me where you're watching from and how this has helped you. Okay, have a great week.